Hello, I'm Rick Harrison, and I'd like to introduce you to a revolutionary market-proven era of developing communities, home building, and commercial development. Much of this is explained in our book Preferbia, but more important are the over 1,400 neighborhoods we have been commissioned to design in 47 states and 18 nations that have proven the following benefits. Demonstrated average of 25% less street and utility main length compared to conventional suburban subdividing without a density loss or reduction of existing regulatory minimums. Compared to traditional neighborhood grid planning, the reduction increases from 30 to over 50%. What this means is that the developer gives up less of their land and right-of-way, along with a huge decrease in development costs, while the city maintenance burden of the infrastructure plummets. Pedestrian connectivity and safety is increased because in most of the developments we begin with a pedestrian connectivity and designed around those dedicated systems that we have pioneered. We research vehicular flow to create new patterns that reduce both time and energy. That also interfaces with the dedicated pedestrian systems. In other words, we are serving the needs of both pedestrian and vehicles far better than conventional subdividing, whether suburban or urban. Monotony is eliminated with an organic pattern in which homes, streets, walks, and more take on their own patterns, creating value and excitement, not mundane boredom. The space required for this elegant form of planning comes from the reduction of street infrastructure. An organic design adheres to the natural terrain better than rigid planning, and as such, earth volumes and land disruption is also likely to be significantly reduced. Suburban land use transition places the highest density, i.e. people, in the worst places, reserving the least families to the premium locations. But worse is the showcasing of cheaper housing along high-traffic streets. One enters a development passing low-cost, high-density housing to get to their suburban estate lot. This 70-year-old way of separating the haves and the have-nots makes no sense, lowering the value of the developer's investment and the city it's located within. We develop more logical transitions of land uses that increase values for the first family that invests in the development and those thereafter. There has been an abandonment of past retail planning principles to the methods that are more social engineering than good design. To eliminate the highly successful but unsightly suburban strip mall, most attempts fail to create successful commercial ventures. Instead of eliminating the very elements that can help retail succeed, we reinvented how commercial and residential can complement each other while increasing the chance of retail and thus the developer's success. Both commercial and residential benefit by our methods to showcase the development better. In many areas, as one passes by development after development, unsightly home rears and cluttered rear yards tar the image of suburbia. In other areas, expensive screening walls are built to hide this unpleasantness that can easily add another $5,000 to the cost of every home within those walls. With a freeform design pattern where the building setback shape can be independent of the street curb, we have the ability to reduce or eliminate the double front lots and beautify both the development and the city. Cul-de-sacs are the scapegoat for social engineering. Many planners religiously want them eradicated off the face of the planet. Yet to the home purchaser, they are the most premium lots. These closed-end streets to nowhere with an ocean of paved surfaces and unconnected walks are simply dysfunctional because they use a minimum-based radius, the worst dimension possible. By increasing the radius and setbacks, we take all of the negatives and turn them into positives. Almost all development with premium views align homes along the edge of open spaces, creeks, lake shores, golf, etc., thus creating a visual wall for those on the other side of the street, reducing premium lots. To increase the premiums two or threefold, we create view corridors through the development, made possible by the organic nature of the geometric patterns we invented. All of this translates to significantly better development patterns, and for those home builders that can adopt this next generation design, by merging floor plan and site plan, we begin to revolutionize the home itself. We do this in two ways. We merge the interior living spaces, walls, and window locations with open views surrounding the home. This method that we are known for on mass market production housing is an attention to detail that is used in both attached and detached housing. For our unique cove streetscape, we coordinate the very shape of the home with the lot shape to make the home wider at the front or rear without a density loss. For the first time, a more holistic design method is used, merging planning and architecture to increase value, livability, views, curb appeal, space, and the human interface with the exterior nature at all home price points. The minimum space regulations are overly complex and nearly impossible to execute. Smart code, also known as form space code, fail to deliver great growth and create an adversarial relationship between cities and developers. For cities that want better growth and more control of their future while becoming more competitive, reducing their financial burdens, we have developed solutions that solve those problems too. In the end, land planning should be all about great design. Let us help you get there.